The Madman!
Since people would like to see the other side as well, we're going to choose sides. And I will play the, hold on. How do I... There we go. I will play the USSR side. We will give the US the standard handicap of +2. Okay, let's see. We have de Gaulle leads France. I hate actually getting this card. We have blockade. We have most of the red events here. That's a pretty good opening hand. I'm gonna put one in Bulgaria so I can... I'm gonna put one over here to be adjacent to Greece and Turkey. I think it's pretty standard to just put one extra on these. I think this is the normal opening. 4 East Germany, 4 Poland, 1 Bulgaria, something like that. Or rather, whatever. Can vary a bit based on your opening cards though. So the reason why Bulgaria is a good placement is it's adjacent to Greece and Turkey. Although I guess I have Syria, so... Maybe Yugoslavia is actually better. But the opponent can take Syria, and then I can still be adjacent to Turkey. When I say it's standard, I actually don't know the USSR opening very well. So don't let me try to convince you what's standard, actually. I guess in my experience, I have seen most people put 4 into both of East Germany and Poland, and then like I've seen a variety of people place like the remaining 1 into a variety of locations. Putting Yugoslavia lets you challenge Italy, sure, but it's not like placing influence into a place that the opponent already has has control over the country is almost always a terrible move. And it can be assumed that the opponent will start off by taking Italy. Usually either 2 or 3 influence is put here. Okay, and the opponent has decided to put an extra influence into West Germany, and also 1 into Iran with his 2 bonus influence. That seems fine. I'm going to play the Europe scoring card first because this is worth 0 operation points. That's fine. Even though I have de Gaulle leads France. I mean, I really don't like playing this as an event because it'll happen eventually from his hand, possibly. So I'll go ahead and put out that scoring card. It's going to score 0 for either side. Opponent headline containment, so all of his cards are +1. That actually means blockade is going to be a lot less good than usual. It might mean that I end up trying to save the blockade for the next turn. What did I headline? Oh, right, the scoring. Headlining Arab-Israeli war was actually probably better. Because then I could take a chance at immediately getting Israel. Anyways, this Iran thing is pretty important, so I'm going to use my 4 to just immediately throw a coup at it. Very standard opening, I believe. NATO will also be formed, but that's no big deal. Actually, NATO will not be formed because the prerequisite has not been done. I rolled a 1, never lucky. Iran is a very common first coup, rather than Italy, due to the fact that the opponent can no longer get into Pakistan, due to the Iran connection being disconnected. And however, because I rolled so poorly, you can just go ahead and place there anyways. One out of 6, it's fine. There are enough rolls in this game that typically things roll out. And even if they don't, some RNG in this game is good. Otherwise, the better player would win every single time. Okay, the opponent is heavily investing into the Middle East. Trying to take my Iraq also. He hasn't played Middle East scoring yet, which might imply that he does not... Oh no, but he... I think I should spend... Oops. Sorry, that was my phone view-botting. So if I fail the coup on Iran, that means the Middle East scoring is going to get me. But he could always have headlined that. Let's go ahead and just coup Iran again, though. I got 2 4s in my opening hand, which is a really strong opening hand. So, RNG either way. Rolled a 3, but that's not quite enough to put my influence in there. At least that took him out of the country, which means he can't actually go into Afghanistan or Pakistan now. So that extra influence he put in there as a buffer kind of worked out. Oof, I've used 2 4s already. This containment, though, makes his hand quite a lot better. Probably going to be playing Arab-Israeli War as a event. I should try to do it before he actually puts anything adjacent to Israel, though, and makes my chances lower. Having the Arab-Israeli War succeed is a really big deal, because that cuts off his connection to Lebanon and Egypt. Not that that's usually that important. So he's canceling the event badness on decolonization. Makes a lot of sense. Puts 2 in Iran, 3 in Iran. Okay, we are going to do the same thing again. Try again. This time I only have a 3 instead of a 4, but I think it is still worth the attempt. So on a 4, I cancel out his influence. On a 5 or a 6, we gain. 1, 2, or 3 is pretty bad. But more importantly, this reduces the DEFCON down to 2, I suppose. But is there any alternative to this move? No, I think it's just good to go for it yet again. Okay, a 4, which canceled out his influence there. Now, because they have containment, every single one of his cards is worth +1, so He's trading up on me each time. Now, because DEFCON is at 2, we cannot do the coup on the Middle East again. And I can't coup Iran specifically, or any battleground. So the flavor here is that, you know, it's the Cold War, and if anyone puts too much aggression out, then they will cause nuclear war to occur. This is bad for everyone involved. So, okay. So he's managed to obtain both Iran and Iraq. This is considered very bad for me. Let's go ahead and give this side up then. And let's attempt to win an Arab-Israeli war, where I'll win on a 50-50. Good luck. Huge upside, if I actually... Wait, actually. Is this that huge upside? So I only 50-50 of the time basically get a 2 bonus. Wait, that's not even worth it. Well, I always get 2 anyways. Alright, so my main problem is I no longer have access here. I should put 1 in Afghanistan so I can try to threaten going into there. So I have 3 points. I'll put 1 in Afghanistan so I can make it harder for him to go into... Actually, I'll put 2 in Afghanistan because 1 in 2... If the US puts 2 in Afghanistan, it's actually kind of painful. Each time Asia scoring is done, he gets an extra point. And then we'll put 1 over... Oh, I should try to take Greece. This Greece is really good. Let's go 2 here, 1 here. The 1 there is important because now I'm connected to Pakistan. But the US will beat me to it. Unless there's a US blunder here. Which means that my only access into Southeast Asia is going to be either the card he already discarded, decolonization, or re-Stalinization, or Stalinization rather, to move my guys, or what else is there? Or Vietnam revolts, which is a pretty good one. Why influence in non-battleground Europe after you headlined Europe scoring? Because it was very difficult to take control of France anyways. This card eventually allows really good stuff to happen. Unfortunately, the Korean War didn't end in my favor either. That would have been pretty good. But now this means that South Korea, I can try to put stuff into there. So the card that I'm going to try to save here is going to be Blockade. Because while he's under containment, his cards are worth more, so I don't want to blockade him right now. So I think my next 2 plays are Olympic Games and Arab-Israeli War. I'm going to use both for points. My first priority is putting points into Pakistan, but my second priority is, let's see, what is the next most contested location? I think Greece is actually the next most contested, but I've taken it. He can't get to Turkey. This Lebanon spot is probably really good. So I'll try to put a point into Lebanon. And then I guess I'll toss the point into South Korea. Ah, he took Afghanistan. Oh, but by taking Afghanistan, he can't take Pakistan. So I'll go ahead and take Pakistan here. So now we've actually blocked him into Southeast Asia. Pakistan is the big block. So let's see. I think right now the most important country is South Korea, as the only country both sides have access to. Saudi Arabia is also pretty important. Alright, the opponent took South Korea and shored up Iran. Since the next round, I'm probably going to start with a coup on Iran. That kind of makes sense. Alright, I'll put 2 in Saudi Arabia. Alright, actually I'll put 1 in Saudi Arabia. And 1 in Lebanon! Yeah, that's good. That gets me a presence in the Middle East at least. Which is worth 3 points. In case he headlines the Middle East scoring. Okay, first round, it's gone badly for me, but it's fine. Things that happened is he started with containment, which is really good. I started with a bunch of high cards, which is really good for me. I rolled low on Iran, which is bad for me, but I managed to get into Pakistan anyways, which is great for me. The opponent takes the Middle East right now, but I can try for Iran again next round. I got 2 points because the opponent has performed no coups. Where did he place that second influence? Indonesia. Oh, crap. I got 2 of the scoring cards. Asia and the Middle East. Ooh, we got a bunch of low cards. Ooh, Red Scare Purge combos really well with Blockade. He has to discard a 4. Or lose all of the influence in West Germany. Oh, but I haven't seen Defectors yet, which is the counterspell card. I think I'm going to go ahead and score the Middle East while... No, I'm going to start off with a... No. I'm not going to start off with a coup in Iran. That's too much... On 3, there's... I really do need to start off with a coup, though. Asia scoring is only going to be good for me since I control most of the battle states. And I'm going to go into India. Maybe I'll just headline Nasser. I should headline an event that I plan to play anyways, which I guess is Nasser. Oh, which will help out with Middle East scoring anyways. And then I'm going to try to coup Iran, probably with the China card. No, I'm going to, yes. I'm going to try to, I guess then it'll be too late to play Red Scare Purge. No, but Red Scare Purge combos so well with, crap. Okay, I think the plan is the following. I lead with Nasser, I play the China card to coup Iran, and then I play Red Scare Purge as an event, as a second round, which is kind of a little bit unusual, but... plays around Defectors. Because right now, the chances that he's Defectors is... which is the counterspell. There's only 4 cards left, one of which could be Defectors. He doesn't always headline Defectors either. It's really devastating if Red Scare Purge is defected. Usually if I had defectors, I'd play it here. Okay, I'm just gonna play it for operations this time around. It'll be too slow to... Yeah, so we'll just play Nasser. USSR player must randomly discard one. Oh, I discarded Red Scare Purge! Always lucky! So many of your cards are so bad. Never lucky. Lol Warlock. Okay, so, oh my, okay, we start off with a coup on our end. Ah, I rolled high there at least. This is a really weak hand right now. I have 2 scoring cards and I have a bunch of points. Or I have a bunch of like 1-pointers. However, it is actually kind of difficult for the opponent to take the Middle East domination from me right now. To do that, he'd have... it's not that hard. The opponent would have to put 3 points into Saudi Arabia. And then I can counter by putting 2 points into Libya. Fortunately, I have at least a 2-point card. After that, Asia's scoring is probably going to go poorly for me. But the opponent can't put that much into Asia. So I'm not going to be able to take domination over it, because even though I'll have more battlegrounds, they have a bunch of non-battlegrounds. So this is about the best that Asia is going to be for scoring. So my focus in this round should just be to get as much into the Middle East as possible. If he tries to match with Saudi Arabia, I get Libya. If he doesn't match Saudi Arabia, then I just play Middle East scoring. Alright, so he's letting me... Okay, he started off with Saudi Arabia. I am now adding USSR influence in Eastern Europe. Because I have independent Reds, that is adding sufficient US influence in Yugo, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, and Czech. So I don't want to put too many points into here. So I want to spread these out here. Romanian abdication gives me full points in Romania, so I don't want to put too many there. So I'm going to put 3 here. And then a future event that'll cause 2 influence to be removed from Poland. We're going to shore up Poland by 2. And then put 1 US. So that's a preparation for a mid-war event. So card knowledge is pretty important here. So I'll go ahead and play independent Reds. So now the only thing the opponent can do is to put 3 points into Israel in order to make it a tie for control over this area. And then after that, I am probably going to... since we're about to shuffle the cards anyways, I'm going to play the Romanian abdication for 1 point instead of remove all US influence in Romania and then gain control of Romania. Since I don't consider that too important, like by playing it for the 1 point, I get extra value when later on this is drawn again, hopefully by the US. It was especially important to coup on round 1, because otherwise he could coup Lebanon. But once the DEFCON status is at 2, you cannot coup the Middle East. At 4, you can't coup Europe. At 3, you can't coup Asia. The opponent can't necessarily just put 1 point into Iran or Egypt, because that costs 2 operations to do, due to it being my country. Oh, so he's actually decided to put 3 points into Syria, which is not enough because now he has 3 countries to my 4 countries, and I own more battleground countries than him. So that ends up being a mistake, and I'm going to take advantage of it by doing the Middle East scoring. I have domination now instead of presence, so I get an extra 2 points. And if you put the 3 points into Israel instead. Let's see, what was his move? 3 in Syria. Oh, I see. Now the downside is now he has access to Turkey. These countries can be pretty important if France is in contention in Europe. But I find it really difficult, especially since the US shored up West Germany and Italy, to actually take control of that. So we're probably not going to fight too hard over Europe in this game. We're going to let this wall happen. He's probably going to take France at some point or another, that's fine. And then the US will be at the advantage for threatening domination in Europe. So that means I'm going to have more countries than he does in Europe to prevent him from getting the 7 points of domination. So that's why it's pretty important to take Turkey as a neutral country that only takes 2. And we can kind of imagine the map. There's some easy US ones, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I only have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to want to have 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. And Spain, Portugal, which is going to be an easy one for him, but I've got a head start on Czech and Hungary and Bulgaria, so probably eventually put them there. It would be really nice to hit him with blockade, but we can also kind of count cards. Well, he did have defectors. He chose not to play it in the headline phase. Let's see, I saw him put 1 in South Africa and 1 in Malaysia. So he's building towards Thailand. Currently the only remaining scoring card is Asia. Oh, and I have it. Let me go ahead and play it before he takes Thailand. So I don't think a blockade is going to work right now. Reason being, there are a lot of 3 events that have not been played, especially from my side. They're ones that he would love to discard. So we're going to assume that he has 1 in his hand, and then he's holding it for blockade, since he's an experienced Twilight Struggle player. So we're going to end up playing these 2 cards, instead of hitting with the Dream Blockade, removing 5 from West Germany. I might hold this for a very long time. Maybe. So I think my next plays, with the 1s, it's probably good to try to extend some sort of reach. So maybe I go 1 into Tunisia and then 1 in Algeria, instead of just trying to go for India. Oh, the Asia just scored, right? So yeah, maybe now's the time to try to reach for Africa. And Algeria is the closest one. And since he doesn't have anything in France, I can be the first one to get into Algeria. That's kind of good. So I think that's my plan. 1 in Tunisia, 1 in Algeria. Okay, just got Cuba. Thanks to Fidel. Opponent just took control of Thailand. This could be bad since I did give him a coup target. Normally, yeah, I actually think that's wrong. Oops. This one isn't a battleground country. I wonder what would have been better then. Maybe it's just better to go into Indonesia. Or maybe it's better to like start going for some of these. Alright, space race destalinization. Wait, that was a 3. Could that mean the blockade will work? Huh. I mean, going to Algeria right now is really good, though. Also, though, if he has an event right now, it's good for me to play it now so it gets reshuffled into the deck. So that's kind of a win-win. Even if he has a card that's 3 or more and discards it, at least that gets back into that. Well, that's not actually good reasoning. We're trading a 1 for his 3, so it's something. But I think right now, like, going to Algeria is really good. We can wait. I think we can assume that he has something. If I have to keep the 1 and he has to keep the... Like, right now I actually have a really pressing play, so I'm just gonna do that. Because there are other red 3s out there. I'm thinking it's the, what is it, the red 3 that... There's like Comic-Con, and there's one more, I think, that hits the west. Vietnam revolts. I mean, Comic-Con is pretty good for me, since I would put into here. I think I'm happy to hold Blockade and have him hold Comic-Con. Like, actually, now I know he has Comic-Con since we haven't seen it yet, and I drew Socialist Governments, which is the actual card I was thinking of as well. Okay, which one do we headline here? I happen to get Romanian Abdication again, so if I don't headline this now, we're not going to see it for a very long time. So this time around I will headline it. It's the weakest card I have. I could also try to perform an Arab-Israeli war on Israel. What is my first coup going to be? It's going to be on the Panama, since Iran is mine. And there are no other... Oh, Thailand! Oh no, I can't coup Thailand. So I'm going to have to go for Panama here. So, headline card. I think we go with the Arab-Israeli war. Well, I actually drew... Oh no, that doesn't matter. No, this is just a 2 either way. I'm going to just go Romanian Abdication, which I would place an event anyways. So, first move of the next round. Oh, he headlined Indo-Pakistani war. Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty good. So he's gonna... Oh! And he's... Oh no, I've got one adjacent one. So, he wins on a roll of a 5 or a 6. The Pakistan. That'd be a pretty big deal for him if he won that one. So if he were to take Pakistan, we can just imagine the worst case right now. Then he has Pakistan, Thailand, North Korea, or South Korea. Oh crap, he won. Okay, I mean, that means Asia is very securely in his hands right now. Can I even fight for this anymore? He has 6 countries to my 2. There's no way. So we're just gonna give up on Asia. That's a lost cause. That's fine. I'll just hold on to North Korea so he doesn't get total domination over it. So, cut the losses there. And now let's fight for Panama. But before I fight for oh yeah, I can just go ahead and use NATO. This will take the US out of the area at least. Okay, NATO has been formed. I don't think this is actually important at all. So let's see. I currently... Oh! I almost forgot I'm like adjacent to France right now. That should be my next move, putting 3 in France if I can. I'm not going to play the Marshall Plan until I have both Spain... until both Spain, Portugal, and Turkey have been taken.
Which one?
US star player must randomly discard 1 card. So I have to think about which card I'm not going to play. If I play the 5-year plan, I'm going to discard Blockade. De Gaulle leads France. Oh, but you cannot take France immediately. So maybe we're going to fight over France here. Suez Crisis, remove total 4 US influence from France, UK, and Israel. So I'll hold on to that. Israel, socialist governments. This is much better when it's on his side. So I can either play it for 3, or I can, let's see, this one removes 4, but that removes whenever I want. So we will go ahead and like keep fighting for this. Wasn't there some sort of, I feel like there is a terrible card for me if that happens. Let me think. I believe there was a card that removed all USSR influence out of a country, so it would be really bad if I fought for France and then got hit by that. I am... Do you guys know which card I'm talking about? Is that an early war card? Oh, Truman, yeah. Truman Doctrine? I actually know for a fact it's in his hand since I haven't seen it yet. So I think we can't fight for France right now. Truman Doctrine... Remove all USSR influence markers in 1 uncontrolled... Yeah, so... If we play into France and we get Truman Doctrine, we get destroyed. I think he actually wasn't holding a 3-op USSR card, and I just didn't blockade him when I could have. Never lucky. Or he took a risk and it worked out for him. So I should just take Spain, Portugal while I can. I should also take Turkey. So we're actually going to use the Marshall Plan, which will unfortunately let him do France, but I want to take both Turkey and Spain, Portugal while I can, since it looks like he's going to take the 3 battlegrounds in the USSR. Yeah, that's fine. Now, I would rather him have to play in France first for the extra value. So we're just going to do 2 in Spain, Portugal, and I hope he doesn't realize how important Turkey is. So there's a lot of like things you want to do, but there's an order to it. I don't want to give him the freebie of just getting one in France, which is where he definitely wants it. So we're playing for a tie in Europe, we're playing to lose in Asia, which means we're playing to win in Middle East, and then we're trying to win in these other three. It's still the early war, but we should set up for the mid-war. I should probably not go into Colombia. It'll be up to the US to go into there first, somehow. As I have Panama. So I'm just gonna try to take Central America. There's Comic-Con. Ah, so he was holding it. Add 1 USSR and 4 non-US controlled countries in Eastern Europe. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. I think he's trying to bait me into Truman Doctrine on France. He does have decolonization. We haven't seen it yet. And then, like, since the cards have been shuffled now, you could have some other 3 card. Oh, no, he did play decolonization. He used it with the USS, the UN and the UN thing. Ah, he took Algeria. Oh, annoying. Okay, so I should take the Saharan states ahead of him, but more important, I really want Turkey. Actually, maybe not important. Now that Komikon has been played, I have... Turkey's actually really unimportant now. Because I have like 1 away from all of these. Oh, but the Marshall Plan. Oh, but I have Suez Crisis. No, that doesn't matter. Okay, what is next most important? So taking the Saharan states is extremely important. And then I have like way better numbers than he does at the end, I'm sure. And I should probably... I don't want to play the Marshall Plan to give him a freebie in France. I want to make him work for it. So that's out. 5-year plan. I really don't want to discard any of these cards yet. So that's out. So it's either Socialist Governments or Suez Crisis. And due to him having the buffer here, Socialist Governments isn't really good. And Suez Crisis isn't really good. So we're using these 2 for ops first. The most important one is Saharan states. And then after that, next most important, Laos. That's like in contention. And the next most important, let's see. The Sudan, maybe? Sure, we can start like getting a bunch of African places. I'm just trying to time Marshall Plan to make him play 1 into France, and then I Marshall Plan to give him another 1 into France. I guess it doesn't really matter one way or the other. Well, yes, because that way he'll have wasted 1 influence on France. Costa Rica is legitimate place to try to go for, yeah. It's a not easily cooped area. So I think right now my plan is to generally make my way down the African coast and down the African middle. I'm unfortunately only going to have one battleground. It seems like the US is going to have control over these 4. But this is where the USSR cooing first matters. I'm probably going to end up cooing Angola as my first action next round, as I have Iran and there are no other 2s. There's Thailand, but I can't coup Thailand. The Marshall Plan is non-USSR, so you can't put it into Spain, Portugal, or Greece. I thought it would be important to take Turkey first before playing the Marshall Plan, but since I control so many that are 1 away from control, it seems like I won't be running out. Okay, he just put 1 into France, so that's my timing to play Marshall Plan. If I think it's important to get a bunch of operation points right now. I think we're out of really important locations right now. All I really need is 2 points for Nigeria and Ethiopia at the moment. Costa Rica, I suppose, is the next most important spot. We can try to fight for... No, Asia is a lost cause. I think the Middle East is a little bit of a fight. I only own 4 to his 3, so Jordan is actually a pretty good spot. Actually taking Israel. Oh, I almost missed Israel. That's a really good spot. I should try to fight for Israel. Made a brutal mistake earlier, gonna cost me eventually. I don't know what that mistake was. Maybe it was the Pakistan-Afghanistan move. That kind of fixed itself though. I don't know what his mistake was. So it's kind of nice to surprise him with Israel since I have a 4. I'm gonna put 2 in Israel so he can't place a 4. He does have the China card after all, and we're gonna keep pressure on that. So I will place 1 in Nigeria, 2 in Israel. It means I didn't go into Ethiopia. I guess that's fine. Made a brutal mistake earlier. I haven't seen any brutal mistakes, I think. I wonder if it was a mistake to leave Algeria open. It probably was. Especially if I knew he held Comecon, now that I think about it. I was really close to owning all of these, so I didn't have to fight for Spain and Portugal. I should have taken Algeria. So I think I made a brutal mistake also, giving him access into Algeria. Anyways, by taking Israel, I will have 4 to his 1, or 4 to his 2. Whereas if he matches Israel, if he has Israel, then he has 3 to my 3 and it would tie up. But I certainly need 1 place to be ahead from me, and that's going to be the Middle East. So he's playing his big 4 right now. Maybe putting 4 on Israel? No, he's taking India. And 1 over here in Cameroon. Okay, I will go ahead and drop my big 4 and take the Israel right now. Wait, I only needed 3. Oh, okay. And then 1 more. Ethiopia, maybe? Or we can take control of Costa Rica eventually. So that I can score domination here. That's pretty good. I don't think this is really that pressing at the moment. Oh no, he is. Oh, I have to. Oh crap, he has domination in Africa. It's currently 4 against 5. So it turns out like getting Cameroon is pretty important. I definitely need to fight for Africa. I think my last turn is going to be blockading him, and then we'll see if that somehow works out. Maybe he'll forget. I do have 1 in Tunisia, so I still have an area where I can put 1 and then get it. I think Israel was the most important, as it is the only battleground left, and that swings it in my favor instead of being a tie. Let's see, Europe is currently 5v4, but I have really easy access to getting more of it. Asia is going to be 8 points when it scores from. It's always painful. Not much I can do about that because they have a very solid 4 core here. So I think the biggest battlefield right now is Africa. And so he spaced decolonization. I think I saw most of the big red ones on 3. Do I just chuck the blockade at him right now? Well, instead of play 5-year plan, 5-year plan is terrible, so I guess we have to play a blockade. What's the purpose of 5-year plan? Just to screw you to the Soviet player? Yes, just like many of the cards in this game, they are screw you players. Oh, we actually hit him with the blockade! Alright, so you have to use the China card to put forward in West Germany. Okay. Pretty big win there. We used a 1 to get rid of his China card. Okay, we have made it to the Middle War. CIA created is a pretty terrifying card since I can cause nuclear war for me and it's completely useless, but I have the China card as a buffer now. So that expels Soviets. That one's pretty bad for me. Junta? I actually have Allende. USSR receives 2 influence in Chile. I guess that's the best one to headline. There's not really any other options. I shouldn't say that. There's like every single option is an option. Junta? That gives me an in into South America. Nixon plays the China card, so he's taking the China card. Okay. This might mean that I actually have to play the CIA as created and then give him the coup. But the coup is too bad for me. I cannot give him the coup. I think I have to play the 5-year plan because I cannot have the 5-year plan and the CIA created as my last cards in hand. But before I play the 5-year plan, I should play my other 3s. But by then, he might have couped. So I have to play the 5-year plan first, and then sometimes I'll end up discarding CIA created, which will trigger. And then he'll get the coup, which will be unfortunate, but at least I won't lose the game. So we're gonna play 5-year plan first. And then resolve the event, which means I'm going to have to play every single card here. because I won't have a spare. Okay. Resolve event. I discard the CIA created. Okay, well, that's fine. That's why I did it. Why not Space Race 5-year plan? It's 3 points. I mean, I had a 1 in, what, 7? Never lucky. Oh my god. Okay. Well, we just have to hope he didn't draw the Africa scoring yet. His best coup is going to be Nigeria. Probably. Now, the nice thing is with the junta, I kind of, junta? How am I pronouncing this? Gonta? Hunta. And apparently this is called an Allende. Alright, so where am I putting my points? We're dedicated to tying up Europe. Only when... Oh, he put a coup on... Oh, a realignment in Iran. Wow, that's a tricky one. So he's threatening to just put 2 in Iran next. So I am obligated to put 2 in Iran. Alright. Wait, no. Then he can coup Iran. So I have to coup and give it to him. He got lucky with the realignment, but I mean, he does have 3 adjacent, so. Still, we can claim he's lucky. We'll trade, I guess. This means now he's tied Middle East. This might imply that he has the Middle East scoring card. What I can do is I can try to like just take over Angola though, now that I'm next to Zaire. So I can I can use my 3, oh actually brush war. Subtract a 1 for every adjacent enemy controlled country. So the best move right now is clearly to put points into Iran. So assuming he does that, what is my next move? Probably to actually put 1 point in Chile before South America scoring gets played. Alliance for Progress is best because he currently has no battleground countries in Central and South. But I mean, it's not like he's going to get there anytime soon. Oh, brush war on Thailand. I could really switch it up. He doesn't have any adjacent countries. Oh no, but he already has 1, 2, 3, basically 4. Oh, event! He left Iran open. I mean, that looks like a really good event, but let me see where he put that again. Ethiopia, Zimbabwe. So he's blocking my paths here. Malaysia, and the Philippines. So he's implying Southeast Asia scoring and Africa scoring. I was already losing Asia anyways. I gave it up, but it looks like he's going for the Southeast Asia scoring. I have to watch out for this Africa thing. I have 4 to this 5, so I need a 3 card so I can pick. I can put in Ethiopia and Iran. Okay, this is actually going well. Well, it's going okay. I'll take over Ethiopia for the 1 point. Take over Iran. Hold that thing. Okay, so the Southeast Asia scoring, it's gonna be annoying. I'll probably lose 3 or 4 points, but that's okay. The Asia scoring after that, I'm gonna lose 8 points each time that's done. That's fine. The Middle East, I'm gaining 4 points, so currently this is like a loss of 4 points. When Europe scoring is done, I'll lose 1 point. So we're currently like down 5 points with these 4 scorings. So I'm gonna have to make it back in Central America, South America, and Africa. Africa is currently a tie, but due to being the USSR, I can keep being the first coup on these. Pretty good grasp on Central America and South America right now. Sadat expels Soviets is going to be terrible for me though. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to get past this one. Remove all USSR influence in Egypt and add 1 US influence. That is going to suck. Anyways, my next move is probably moving into Angola with a 3. I think the brush war, yeah, it's not worth it to try to brush war that. Let's see, he has 1 adjacent to Algeria. Yeah, I'm just gonna use brush war for the 3. So that would probably be Angola 3. Italy would kind of be good to brush war. Unfortunately, NATO has been formed. Asia's scoring. Alright, that's fine. So it gave me the initiative. Possibly it implies he doesn't have Central America scoring or South America scoring. When these scorings happen, I have to make sure I can capitalize on those. I have to play 5 things. It means I have to play Sadat expels Soviets. There's no choice here. I need to play it in a moment in which I get hurt the least from it. I can brush war Egypt. Ah, that's probably the plan then. No, that's still just a 50-50. I think I'm just gonna have to Sadat expel Soviets and then place my influence in Egypt. There's like no other... but I might want to wait for him to... No, I have to do it. Okay. It's gross. And then I'm gonna brush war Egypt, I guess, and then hope for the 50-50 to land. Okay. It will be easy to realign, but if I realign Egypt, it means I don't get to coup something, which is really important. It just means I'm gonna probably have to spend my coup on Egypt, but it's really important that I keep spending my coups on Africa, so eventually I can take Africa. Yeah, we're gonna brush war it and hope that it works. Unless he somehow doesn't take Egypt. Attack any country with stability of 1 or 2, roll dice, back 1 for every adjacent enemy, controlled country. Success of 3 to 6. Oh, that's actually 66%, not a 50-50 like I thought. If he somehow fails to put 2 in Egypt, maybe he thinks something else is more important. Maybe he's trying to, like, go for the Africa scoring? That's pretty possible. Ooh, he's gonna... Okay, 2 Egypt, 3 Egypt, 4... Oh my god! Oh my god, brush war! Oh, punish! Replaces all opponents' influence with your influence. Oh my god. 66%! Aha! We did it! Huge brush war! So that expelled the Soviets, but we just came back and ransacked the place. Mexico. That was not ideal. Let's see. So, domination is a difference of 1. But if I put 1 in Nicaragua or the other place, that means I should put 3 in Costa Rica right now. Oh wait, I have junta. Oh wait, but oh yes, oh but the DEFCON. Wait a second. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take domination over Central America. Junta? Junta. It's a J! So I want to try to get a free coup out of it, but we can't hit any battleground countries. So maybe he puts a guy into Guatemala, and then we just go ahead and junta him. Otherwise, the only thing we can do is realignment, which is pretty unlikely given that he's adjacent to the USA. So he's got a +2, but it's still something. Spacing de-Stalinization again. He now has an animal in space. Okay, we can finally put our influence into Chile. Does he have more battleground countries than I do? He does! He poked me in the chest. Ouch. Well, he has more than I do? It must be close. 4-1. Oh, it's Asia. Okay, 4-1, 4-2, 3-2. Alright, so let's see. We can count all of his up. He has 4 plus 2 is 6, 3 is 9, 12, 13. So he has 13. I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 12. 13 to 12. Alright, it's my junta? Junta. It's kind of useless, but... Okay, I'll put the 2 in Brazil. Here the presence and domination are actually really different. So I really want to take a neutral country also, but if I take a neutral, then he can realign. So I guess we just have to go for not greed. Alright, realign Mexico. We're at -2 here, but it's the only thing we can do. Oh wow, got him. Please have Central America scoring. That would be kind of surprising for him to have lost Mexico. Alright, Mexico again. Got 2 points because he didn't get any military ops in that round.
We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient.
Okay. So we've got the Southeast scoring, Europe scoring. Europe scoring and Southeast scoring, there's not much I can do about that. The Southeast scoring get like a point by putting 2 points into Burma. Is that even worth it though? I think we want to... I think we want to begin with a coup on Mexico for sure, because that gets me dominance on the location here. Ooh, I got the ABM treaty card. That's pretty good. South African unrest. Has 2 influence in South Africa, or 1 influence in South and 2 in adjacent. That one's pretty good too. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's really good. I put 1 in South Africa and 2 in Angola. And then I guess I have to use the Ussuri River skirmish. And then you can add 4 US influence to Asia. I need a big card to coup with. Unfortunately, I don't have one. Other than the ABM treaty, which is something that I want to coup as an additional one anyways. So it seems like I have to give him the Ussuri River skirmish, which adds 4 US influence to Asia, which he could put in North Korea, and then I would have to follow with 2 in North Korea myself. Huh. So it means I have to try to coup Mexico with a 2 card. Oh, we have UN intervention. This card is like bad enough to UN intervention. And then we try to space puppet governments, maybe? Yeah, that looks good. So we start with South American unrest. I lead with the UN intervention skirmish as a coup. And then we do some stuff. Okay. Truman Doctrine. Wait, is that bad for me? It's not that bad. Add influence adjacent to South Africa. If I started Willy Brandt, I could try to go into West Germany, but maybe that was more important. I mean, here I might have like sometimes would headline Africa. With Willy Brandt, no, I don't have a big enough card to actually go in. Maybe this is the card I try to hold for the next. Oh, you don't hold any cards because I have you in intervention. Willy Brandt will get shuffled in during the late war. We'll try to make a fight for that next time. Yeah. Tear down this wall. Hopefully it won't come into play before then. If I had higher cards, I'd probably been thinking about Willy Brandt though. Why not just headline the bad Southeast Asia scoring card? Because the tempo provided by taking Angola now allows the possible Africa scoring card to... Wait, why didn't I just headline? I think I had a really good... Because I was going to play this card anyways, so I might as well play it first. I think is what I came down to. Anyways, let's start off with the coup on Mexico. Play event. Surrey River skirmish. Coup attempt. Normally I wouldn't do that if I had higher cards, because then I could just place more guys in North Korea, but... Oh, too bad. We do get another chance on it, though, with ABM Treaty. That's a pretty big deal. This is a very special card where DEFCON gets improved and then I conduct another op. So we get a redo on Mexico. And Central America scoring control is a very nice thing. And having the adjacency to the US means I bully the US. I collect a bunch of points off of Central America scoring when that happens. So game plan is definitely get mega points on Central and South America. Africa, try to win. Looks like I'm getting there. Looks like it's going to be slightly in my favor. Actually, it looks like I have it. It's close. China card influence. Okay, so we took Turkey, Mexico, and South Africa. Why did he take Turkey? He might be trying to go for control of Europe, but due to me being one away from all of these, I'm not very concerned over that. Let me try to take down Mexico right now. Before he like goes into Guatemala and then he becomes a bug. Alright. Come on. Yes! Woof! That's a 10-point scorecard for me now. In South America, I think I should just be happy with like 6 points. It's okay not to take, not to even take domination over, maybe. But domination is like an extra 3 points. But that opens up a lot of coup possibilities. Depending on how Africa goes, I might be able to take Colombia. And then try to go for the control of South America also. So we're still trying to space puppet governments. We're gonna play that for points. Probably play that for points. Up points. That means I have 4 points left. We could try to do Burma before Southeast Asia scoring, but I don't want to spend a card just to get 1 point. Asia is a lost cause. Spend the 2 points to swing something elsewhere. So I've got like 2 points and 2 points. That's enough to take over if he decides to get uppity with Europe. We can just take these 3. He's 1 point away from having 1 country, and then like 2 points away from the 2nd country, 3 points away from the 3rd country. That's pretty expensive. I think my best play right now is taking over Argentina for the extra point when South America scoring gets played sometime in the next 2 rounds. Ooh, OPEC. Plus 3 points only? Oh, I guess he has Iraq and Saudi Arabia, and Jordan and the Gulf states aren't taken. Oh, he's fighting hard over Mexico here. Well, we're going to match that. Wait a second. No, he probably just wants to grab... No, presence in here is... Oh, he just wants to... Yeah. That's weird. Anyway, let's just match it. Looks like desperation. You can't be playing into opponent's stuff. Your opponent's just gonna play there again. I actually happen to have low cards too. If only I had higher cards. I think the best he can do is put like 1 into Guatemala, maybe? And then you can take 1 point for presence. But I'm certainly not giving Mexico up.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
If the US has the China card, claim it. Oh, so I just got points, I think. USSR gains 1 VP. Wow. Boo. What did he just do? 1 in South Africa. 1 in West Germany. 1 in Algeria. It's just a bunch of buffering. Interesting. That strikes me as as unnecessary on every single play. Alright, I'll go ahead and play the Europe scoring now. Since it can only get worse for me. Actually, I should play the Southeast Asia scoring first, since that can only go worse for me. Technically the Europe scoring could go worse for me. Yeah, let's play this one. It's more risky. Realignment. Uh-oh. Mexico. USA loses 2. Ooh, it happened the other way. USSR loses 3. Oh, Cuba. Okay, well, I definitely want to put one to Mexico. And where do I put the other one? Tunisia, maybe? We can start working towards Argentina, I suppose. Africa is currently 6 against 4. He has one really easy one to get. I have one really easy one to get. And then like a medium. This one's kind of... Yeah, let's just start working towards this one. So I am out of operations. I cannot play anything else. Oh, he's going for realignment again. Cuba? Nothing? Cuba? Nothing? Cuba? Nothing? I'm gonna wager that he's got the Central America scoring card. He's trying too hard to not let this pass. That's costing him a lot. Alright, well, let's score Southeast Asia. Realignment again! Cuba? Nothing? Cuba? Loses 2? Cuba? Maybe I spend my last turn just playing puppet governments. I was gonna space this, but the difference is 4 points. Oh, Mexico. USSR loses 2. Wow. Huge realignments. Okay, let's just toss this into space. Alright, I managed to put up an Earth satellite. Alright, now it's going to be very, very difficult to have control because there's no way to get to Mexico. Alright, so I managed to knock me off of 6 points with those moves. Got there. It's very risky. Plus 2 points for no military ops being done. Close game. Ooh, we got some, well, this card is better if the opponent draws it, because then it always goes off. But here, let's see, Iraq and Syria are on that list. So you can play this to get rid of, oh, Saudi Arabia is on the list too. No, it's not. So you can play this card in order to get rid of the 7 influence in Iraq and Syria. Portuguese Empire, Southeast African states, and Angola. The OAS founded is the one I don't want. Panama Canal return, we don't want him to do this either. So we want to try to deny him out of South America. So in order to do that, well, anyways, we should start with Brezhnev Doctrine, where everything gets +1. Now Saudi is on the list. Oh. So I would want to hit Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Oh, I can take total control of Middle East that way. Maybe I just headline this Muslim. Oh, but Defectors could be there, right? Is defector? Oh, defector's in the discard. Huh. Nah, but we want to headline Brezhnev Doctrine. Guess we go Muslim Revolution after. We will bury you. Oh, I need to start off with a coup as usual. Where do I coup? Wow, he has no battleground countries that are coupable. I'm doing too well. I can coup Angola, I guess. With like a really bad card. Ooh, there's a bunch of cards that are not very good for me here. Oh, if I play Panama Canal, he puts influence in Panama, Costa Rica, and Venezuela, and then I can coup Venezuela. Would it be insane to headline this card? Oh, Algeria is the coup country, of course. Never mind. Let's start with this. And then I'm going to play Muslim Revolution as the... No, I have to coup first. Alright, so coup first and then we play Muslim Revolution. Actually, we can play Muslim Revolution whenever we want. It can be a surprise later. Ooh, he's headlining Ask Not What Your Country Can Do For You, so he apparently has some bad cards. Or he's discarding the Africa scoring card. And the South America scoring card. Oh, that would be sad. South Africa is... I tend not to try to coup anything which has a 3 or higher stability. 2 is it for me. So the let's see. South Africa, Liberation Theology, and Lone Gunman discarded. Those are some pretty good ones. So South America will not get scored until the shuffle. So Africa and the Middle East are the 2 we're fighting for this time. And they're both ones that I have an advantage in. I'll want to start with a coup in Algeria so that he can't do a coup. I think Portuguese Empire crumbles is not a very important event for me to play right now. Because we have pretty good control over everything. Oh, I think we throw the SALT negotiations in there. Yeah. Throw a 4 at the Algeria. Get him. Let's see, I rolled a 4? That's not bad. One more and I would have gotten control of it, which would have been a pretty big mess for him. I definitely expected him to take Algeria there. I don't think Mexico was pressing, because Central America has already been scored. It's probably a misplay. So I'm going to want to have 3 in Venezuela before playing Panama Canal returned. Let's see. So I need to put 2 in Algeria right now. And... I don't want to... Oh, actually, we can play OAS Founded. Now that we're not fighting for Central America or South America, we're going to shuffle soon. We have to play these eventually. I only need 2 points right now, unless I can think of a good reason I want to play a 3rd point. Can't think of any good reason. I want to put some in Venezuela though, so that when the Panama Canal is returned, I still have control over it. So let's place influence in Algeria and start on this Venezuela thing. I can space one of them, that's right, due to having the +1. But if I space them, they're just going to come back eventually. But probably better to do so still. Oh, bear trap. What was that? That is me, right? Drag card to target field to attempt to break trap. Discard an operations card worth 2 or more. Okay. Do we care more about the Panama Canal returned or the OAS founded? And it's nice that the Brez have. I can discard a 1 to this one. OAS founded is more harmful. Let's toss that. Oh, I failed to get out of the bear trap. Guess I'll have to discard Panama Canal. No turn for me. That's fine though, I don't think I had anything pressing to do. But he does know that I have no turn next turn, which is kind of a big deal. So I can't contest the Cuba. Ooh, he's actually going to eventually end up with control over Central America then. Let's toss the Panama Canal, we got out of the bear trap. So Central America is going to end up actually becoming a fight. Where he's going to have control over the 2 battleground countries. And then we're going to fight over dominance by taking a bunch of these 1ers. So I'm going to have to make the first move and try to take a bunch of the 1s. Which is going to mean that the US is going to start being able to coup places. Okay. He has a thing about like adding 1 extra than is technically required. I should take the 1ers though before he can take the 1ers. Camp David Accords, 1 influence in Israel, Jordan, Egypt. Ooh, I don't want that to happen. Formosan resolution. Yeah, sure. Right, there's no rush to put things in South America, it's been scored. But there is a rush to put things into these because we have to take the 1s before he can take the 1s. And then I guess I put 1 into here so I can start taking those 1s. I'm playing my low cards first. Maybe he's playing his high cards, and then when the Muslim Revolution hits, he will be able to secure Iraq and Saudi Arabia much slower. He won't be able to secure it that fast. Let's see, he's done 3-3-2-1-1-2. He's done 3-3-3-3-2. It's like doing a descending order, maybe. So my plan is Muslim Revolution into take 1 of Iraq or Saudi Arabia. I mean, I already have control over it, so I don't even have to rush for that. He just loses 8 points, which is kind of good. Well, no, it's really good for me. Control over the Middle East is pretty big. Given that there's so many places to coup now would probably be a good time to take Colombia also. He's doing a coup. Nicaragua. Okay, that's his. So I'm playing 2 more cards. So the first card is Muslim Revolution, and then the second card is going to be taking the one that he does not take. Oh wow, I actually forgot that he can't actually get into either Iraq or Saudi Arabia. Oh wow. Oh, so those 2 are mine. So I actually have control over the Middle East. Ooh. That was pretty easy actually. I forgot that Syria is not connected to Iraq. So we can just take We Will Bury You, take Iraq and Saudi Arabia, and we've got control, which is gonna get me 10 around. If I can somehow kick him out of Syria, then he doesn't get the 3 for presence. Okay, nice. He put the 2 into Jordan, which means when Camp David Accord happens, he's gonna overflow 1 in Jordan. We Will Bury You. Saved a 4 just for that. Don't have to use the China card. Unfortunately, it means I probably won't be able to kick him out of presence. Oh well. So it's a 10 for me when that scores. That's an 8 for him. So now I'm +2 there. The Europe is a +1 on him. So these 3 kind of balance each other out. So as we go into the late war, who manages to do better in Central America, South America, and Africa appears to be the big thing. Ooh, big coups in those 2 areas. Now he has dominance in Central America.
For the first time, because the people of the world want peace.
Oh crap! I drew all the. Oh wait, that could be good. Has oh. Oh my god! All the scoring. So, the shuffle just happened, which means I'm afraid of counterspell. That's the only reason why I wouldn't headline a scoring. As usual, I'm going to want to begin with a coup. I guess I'll have to use the China card to coup Mexico. So we'll start by headlining Red Scare Purge. And we're going to burn out very, very quickly here. Green sales to Soviets. And he pulled Panama Canal returned. Green sales to Soviets. Play it or return it. If Soviet player has no cards, return uses this card to conduct operations normally. Yeah, so you can either play the Panama Canal returned or you can put it back in my hand. That was pretty good for me since he pulled the 1. If he actually plays Panama, if I had like, no, if he plays this, then I'm gonna have to, Whatever, I'm cooing Mexico to start, that's all I know. And it has to be at the 4 since I got like 3 zeros this time around. Drawing the scoring cards tends to be bad. Tends to be. But does give you a little bit of extra info. A lot of extra info. Oh, I didn't get South America scoring. Dang, that's the sneaky one. Okay, decided not to keep my card. Oh, he took the coup. I see. Wait, what just happened? Oh yeah, he took the coup. So now I can't coup. He did not manage to take Nigeria. Okay, so since I can't coup, but Nigeria is open, so I'm obligated to spend the first turn taking it. I also have the very scary Voice of America card, but I'm going to space race that, so I'm happy he didn't get it. So I definitely start by taking Nigeria. Gets me an extra point. I don't think I need to rush to score anything yet. Extra value and all that, you know? So we are going to get the 10 points, and then we're going to get the 6 points. That's 16 points. And then Central America. Right now I did a bit of a feint. If he doesn't have the South America card, he should be a bit concerned here. And if he has the South America card, he should be a bit concerned there too. We're about to score massive points. The Asia card is back in the deck now, though. Or in his hand. Let's see, I also have to remember that I have not done my traditional coup at the beginning. So one of these cards is going to be spent to do a coup, probably on one of these oneers. Maybe Cameroon? And it's really only Cameroon or Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. It's connected with a bunch of stuff. I think what I want to do is I want to pre-set up the extra influence in each of these Panama Canal locations. Actually, I think I need to hit Heidi. Wow, this is tough. I basically need to make sure that I don't get dominated out of Central America. That's the best I can do. I can't fight him on it this round. So he has 4 and I have 3. All I have to do is take Honduras and El Salvador. Or I'll take El Salvador and Guatemala. This is tough. I definitely need to score Central America before scoring Panama. I don't think we can go for a win immediately. That's 16 out of the 2 points off lethal. But I have to give him the Central America. Shuttle diplomacy for the event. Wow. During the next scoring of the Middle East or Asia, subtract 1 battleground country from the USSR total. Okay, I guess that cost me 3 points. I haven't actually ever seen that before. Wait, does that give him control of this? No, it doesn't. Hmm. I feel like I have to be kind of sneaky-ish. Oh man, I have like really small amounts of... Yeah, let's just, let's score Africa. It's not gonna get better than that. And I should probably score the Middle East. The Middle East was a bit safer. Yeah, this hand is pretty bad. Like, let's see. My entire game hand value. Well, the thing is, I did put him under Red Scare Purge at least, so his cards are a lot less good. But yeah, the total value of my cards, not counting the China card, is only 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, which is really low. Ooh, big 4. Down to a 3 at least. Hmm. Oh, that's still 5 against my 4. Well, I think he's got Central America locked down then. I'll just hold on to Panama. That's fine, it's not worth that many points. Okay, so we'll give him Central America. I'll take Africa and South America. I still need to remember to perform a coup. The coup will be on... To tie him up here... Well, if I coup Haiti, that'll be a big deal, because then I can have access to Dominion Republic and Guatemala and El Salvador. So I'm going to use a 2 to attempt a coup Nicaragua. Oh, by the way, since it might actually come down to it, if at the end of turn 10, no one has won, then we do a final scoring everywhere. Oh, the Muslim Revolution got drawn again. Wow, Japan never got a... Oh, wow. That actually meant that he would have been completely wiped out of the Middle East if I had waited. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, pretty weak showing, but I got my 2 operation points, and now I know I don't have to fight for Central America.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not
So if I... it would be really, really good to take Jordan, because then he couldn't take any of them. So I have 3 plays I have to make. One of them is Central America. One of them is spacing the voice of America for sure. And then do I use the China card? If I can hold on to Panama Canal, he has no access to South America. So I am going to use the China card this round then. Wait, doesn't he have to have the South America scoring? Oh no, it just got shuffled. So I put 1 into Argentina, 2 into Jordan, and I have 1 spare. I should take Jordan and lock him out of this place. Oh, I need to put 3 into Jordan due to Camp David Accords, putting in 1 into Jordan. Oh crap, in Israel. So I need to put 2 into Jordan and 1 into Israel. No, I need to put 3 into Jordan, 1 into Israel to counter Camp David Accords. It's important to lock him out of there because... oh crap, Syria is still available. Okay, with Camp David Accords, I absolutely have to put 1 in Syria. Also, OPEC is still in the game, so it's the oil card, which really helps out for having these countries. Realignment. Realigning Costa Rica, no change. Costa Rica, lose 1. Costa Rica, no change. So Camp David Accords, go ahead and resolve the event. Place influence, 1 over in Syria. Can't get into the Gulf states. Okay, so Middle East is locked up. And go ahead and put 1 in Argentina. Oh, I didn't realize this, but I guess if you have... you don't need any non-battlegrounds for control. Oh. Huh. That's a rule I didn't realize. Wait a second, that means I didn't need to take Syria. I didn't need to take Jordan. I'm dumb. I actually thought that you needed, oh, I kicked him out of presence, that's why. Yep. So Flower Power. Gains 2 VP for every subsequently US played war card. Europe scoring. 1 point for the US. Oh, I have to play this card. Wait, how did I end up not spacing Voice of America? Oh, crap. Well, I denied him Syria at least. Well, that's... okay, I guess I have a card I have to space next round. But it's better to, like, space out the spacing. I mean, I consider this really good to kick him out of presence of the Middle East. So the thing about domination versus control, to get domination, you have to have 1 non-battlegrounds country at least. But apparently control, you just have to have all the battlegrounds and more countries than the opponent. Alright, well let's hope he has South America scoring and then I win the game. Let's also hope, let's see, Missile Envy for realignment. Costa Rica. Alright, I gained a point for getting the mill ops on him.
But surely one such lesson.
Late war cards added. Welcome to the late war. Round 8. These cards I haven't seen very often. I have to select and reveal my headline card first. Late war. Pershing 2 deployed. USSR gains 1 VP. Remove 1 US influence from up to 3 countries in Western Europe. Seems good. Defectors is the counterspell card, so I have it. Chernobyl. For the remainder of the turn, USSR may not additional influence that region. Latin American debt crisis. Double USSR influence in 2 countries in South America. That seems unnecessary. So I'll probably use that for points. So basically there's only one good one here, which is Pershing. But he's already got additional things in Europe, so this doesn't even matter. So basically all of my cards are bad for the headline. I don't consider it that useful to advance in the space race. I should probably just put in my weakest card, which seems to be Panama Canal returned. It's only 1 point. Or I should play something that I would definitely play as an event, but there's nothing I would play as an event. So we might headline one of the US's cards here. But I really want to lock him out of here. But I don't have the China card right now, so I'm going to have to play every single card other than one. And if I have the 5-year plan, I have to space this one. So that means the 5-year plan is going to get played. And then we'll end up discarding a card at the end. I guess it would discard the Panama Canal returned. So if I played this as the last card. Maybe I just put defectors in there. That like gains me 1 VP when I don't play it in the normal phase. Yeah, that seems good. So the plan is to play this card, and it's definitely space this card, play this card last with this card in the hand, place this card second to last. So I have every single one of these I'm playing for the event. Ussuri River Skirmish will add him cards in China. And I would rather him put cards into Asia. If he goes into North Korea, which I should, I'll have to match him. So it's an annoying hand, but it's fine. South America scoring is still available. Asia scoring is still available, so he has 9 points there. I have 10 points here. If the South America is drawn, but the Asia is not drawn, I'll win right now. Wait, both cards are guaranteed to be in hand, right? We just shuffled? Oh no, we didn't. We didn't just shuffle. When did we shuffle? Setup. Headline Star Wars. Uh-oh, Star Wars. He's picking the Missile Envy card. I have to give him a card. If it contains your event or an event applicable to both, occurs immediately. If it contains opponent's event, use operations value without triggering event. So I need to give him the least bad his card, which I believe is Usuri River Skirmish here. Chernobyl's bad, 5-year plan is bad. Pershing deployed gives him 3 ops, so we have to give him this one. Which means the US adds 4 influence in Asia. That might mean that I have to spend my first turn putting influence in North Korea instead of doing a coup, which will allow the US to do a coup. So you can finally play the coup game. I think the random discard would be very risky. Because one, I could discard, I could discard my other 3, but Chernobyl could occur, and the Voice of America could occur. That one's disastrous. So I have to play Missile Envy this next turn. Well, I'd have to do it anyways. So I can either play North Korea, and then he'll match in North Korea next turn, or do a coup this turn. Or I can use Missile Envy to coup something. I don't want to. Let's just do this. Oh, right. 2 is enough to take it. Okay, we're good. Double the USSR in 2 countries in South America. That could be a surprise if he ever comes into this place. So, my plan this round. We're mainly setting up now for the end of the game, for the end of game scoring. I've got these 2 locked up. Europe is a tie, Asia is his, Central America is his, and Africa is mine. But his 3 only give him... Europe is a tie, so that's 13 for him, but the Middle East is 13 by itself. South America is 10, and Africa is 6. And we're ahead, so it looks like we have this by a decent amount. Just need to remember the plan here. Space, play last, play second to last, starting with a coup with China card. That's right. Okay, so due to that low amount, if I play a 3, I can actually take Argentina, which is great. He rolled a 3. That wasn't that low a roll.
The totalitarian world produces backwardness because it does such violence to the spirit. thwarting the human impulse to create, to enjoy, to worship.
Mostly what I'm doing now is just playing wherever he plays. I don't really have much of a plan at the moment. So he made sure he had presence in South America. I don't think I need to do anything about that. Although, if the opponent does control 1, 2, 3, 4, if he controls 6 of these, then that starts to be a problem. I think I'm okay with waiting another turn to seeing what he does, so I'm just going to space the Voice of America now, which is always happening. There's nothing pressing that needs to be done. I'm content with the way everything is. Cool. Spaced. That always gets spaced. So this Latin American debt crisis might actually work. If he tries to... No, he'll trade a 2 for a 3 maybe. That's something. Alright, so I have 4 more cards to play. Panama Canal returned is no longer that bad. If I play Panama Canal returned, I have to make sure to put 1 in Venezuela. I want to put 1 in Colombia beforehand also. So... Oh no, I was always discarding it, never mind. Oh, but if I'm discarding it, it's gonna go. Which means I do need to put 1 in Venezuela, I need to remember that. So, with 4 cards to play, there goes Destalinization again into space. I think if I control everything, the Destalinization is not actually that important. So, second to last card. So I'm playing these 2 cards. I want to take Colombia and Venezuela, I think. I don't want to take Colombia yet, since he can just do a coup. Maybe I don't want to take Colombia. So we want to take Venezuela for 1, and then what else? Maybe I start, like, beefing up a few places. Which places need to be beefed up? It all seems okay. Maybe I just perform a coup on Paraguay. Oh, that's right, I need to actually perform a coup somewhere. Yeah, let's do a coup. Paraguay? Sure. Why not? Maybe Africa. I have 7 to a 6. No, Africa's way behind for him. Well, let's just do this one. That barely ever works. I need to do it on a 2, since it's, or on a 1, since it's such a small card. Haiti, maybe? Yeah, maybe we could, like, fight for our central a bit. Sure. Nuclear subs. Oh! Big move here. U.S. coup attempts in battleground countries do not affect the death contract for the remainder of the turn. So he's gonna start trying to coup my... everything. Okay, well, we're going to, in the meantime, make sure you lose your domination of Central America, I suppose.
The totalitarian world produces...
Oh no, I don't have to take that one first.
Because
We can take the 2 on the other side.
Thwarting the human impulse to create, to enjoy, to worship.
Nuclear subs inbound. Argentina. Ooh, only a small success. Okay, so I'm playing Chernobyl, which will probably lock me out of South America, I'm guessing. If he tried to coup Argentina, maybe that indicates that he'll try to coup it again, so maybe I should put my guy here. Sure. I mean, every single one is a 2, so it doesn't help if I control every single one. Let's just put one in Dominican Republic. You got it 2. The 3 wouldn't have made that big a difference since I would just put 1 extra, but... Oh, this whole time I actually forgot about the Panama Canal. Oops. Oops! The best laid plans. Which one did he Chernobyl? South America. Iranian hostage crisis. Remove all US influence Iran, add 2 USSR in Iran, doubles terrorism against the US. Cool, we haven't seen terrorism yet. 5-year plan, I'm locked out of South America. Oh my. So, we're gonna actually even up on South America. Wait, I can... No, I can't space a 5-year plan. We could do realignment rules. No, that's not going to be helpful. What do I do with 3 extra actions here? I'm not entirely sure. We can take Costa Rica, I guess. And then that'll mean he has 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is good-ish. It seems to be the only thing I can fight for right now. Oh wait, but Panama Canal puts 1 in Costa Rica. I've held that Panama Canal for a really long time. Wait, I haven't... Oh, this is... I only have North Korea up here. Maybe I just start taking a few of these European countries. It seems to be, like, not very important at the moment. Can I think of anything that's even remotely useful anywhere? We could coup Nicaragua. That's kind of fun. And then we can start maybe realigning Cuba. Oh, Cameroon. That's actually. Oh, Zimbabwe. This is the play right here. Wait, DEFCON warning. Oh, right. That's not. I discarded Panama, which doesn't do anything, right? Wait. I didn't do anything, right? Nothing was mistaken. I should probably have checked. We're fine. Not putting one in Venezuela was forgetful, though. US player exposes hand to the USSR. USSR then chooses one card from the US hand. This card is discarded. Coup and Angola. Discard a card. Willy Brandt. Iran-Contra scandal. Which card would I rather him have? This one doesn't seem to be really that important. Okay, the nuclear subs are pretty good for him. So we evened out South America and Central America. And he made some progress here. I don't know quite a few of these cards. Tear down this wall. Cancels, prevents Willy Brandt, which I know is in his place. Realignment roll. Oh my god, that's a good card. We will not tear down this wall. It's going to space. Arabia's early war can't be played anymore. Ortega elected in Nicaragua. Remove all US influence from Nicaragua. Then USSR may make one free attempt in a country adjacent to Nicaragua. Well, that's actually pretty good for me. Hail Ortega. Lone gunman. Duck and cover. This one can cause me to die, which is annoying. I have the UN intervention though. We can also UN intervention tear down this wall. Summit. We will bury you. USSR, I don't want to do that. Ortega's election seems good. Make a free coup attempt in a country adjacent to Nicaragua. Cuba, I guess? Maybe the Honduras, so I can actually put a good card and then coup Argentina? Oh, right. He looks at my card first before I forget. Let's see. So, adjacent to Nicaragua. I guess I coup Honduras, and then I start off by coupping. Well, we want control over Angola, over Africa, right? Oh, he has 2 battlegrounds, so I could never get control, so this is not very important. But we want control over this place for sure. I think what happens here is I start off by coupping Argentina, which means I'm definitely coupping Honduras. I coup Argentina to start with probably We Will Bury You. And then, eventually, maybe he takes his first action to put influence into Venezuela. I go into Colombia, and I start doing realignment rules on Venezuela. He's headlining OAS founded. Alright, we're couping this thing. believe put 2. Panama and Venezuela. Huh. Well, let's start with this. Bury him. 1. Oops. Okay, so 6 more actions. Nothing is getting reshuffled here. So I should just play this card and maybe get an idea of what's going on. This is usually better for the opponent to draw, because then it's a dead card for him. But the next turn, I'm almost certainly going to be putting influence. He actually can take control over Central America. Potentially. Argentina, Venezuela. So he just tied up the region here. So all I need is 1 over here, and I want 1 over here in Colombia. So all I need is a 2 right now. My iron grip on South America, it loosened. That Asia scoring is still out there. 9 points to the US. Oh, terrorism. Let's see. So the US has to... Ooh, did he just... Wait, I thought terrorism is in effect. Doubles effect of terrorism against you. What just happened? I haven't played the event terrorism. USSR discards duck and cover. Oh, it was terrorism from his side to me. Terror. Events on discards don't occur. Wow, I think I discarded a really good card for me. Duck and cover. Yeah, that card was fantastic. So we want to realign Venezuela. Where else do we want to realign? I want to put a card in. I want to put 1 point in Nicaragua so I can start realigning Cuba also. So the first step is putting, let's see, what about Summit? Gains 2 VP. Each player rolls a die, 1 for each region they dominate or control. So I would add 2, they would add 1. I don't want to mess with this. Oh, let me do Lone Gunman. Let's see what hand he has. South America scoring. OPEC is in there. That's going to score me a bunch of points for Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Gulf States, and Venezuela. Reagan bombs Libya. Every 2 influence in Libya. Glasnost. Gains 2 VP. Willie Brandt. South America scoring is out there. And you can put them into Africa. Alright, we're just putting one in Nicaragua. Let's see, I think since I discarded a card, I have to play every card. If I UN Intervention, tear down this wall, which I will. If he plays Glasnost, though, I have one opportunity to coup. However, it's not gonna work out. So he's gonna actually get to do the go. He's doing a coup in Nicaragua. Success. Okay, it's time for some serious realigning, I think. Realigning Venezuela is really big for me. Oh, I should have taken Uruguay, then I can have tried for Argentina as well. Oh crap, now I can't realign Cuba. Where else do I want to go? I think I should just play this 2 first. Place 2 over here, and then we can do realigning on these 2 if he allows me to. He might just score it before though. Alright, let's see. If he scores, I think I might realign anyways if he scores. We're probably going to use the China card for realignment. It's like the most involved one, so I should think about where else I'm going to realign. Ooh, he's not scoring it yet. He's paratrooping guys in. Okay, so here I do have to take a moment to place back in. 1, 2, 3 probably. He has 4 to my 4. I'm going to go up to 6. 7. This isn't a huge... Well, I do need both of these. So I need to play at least a 3. Cancels, prevents William Brandt. Yeah, it's too painful. Okay, so I do have to play both of the cards. We're gonna play Summit. We're gonna play China if he doesn't do the scoring. I think his plan is, since he terrorized me, he's going to plan to raise the DEFCON on the second to last move, and then he's going to coup on the last turn. But I do have the China card, so I'm going to bump him with the... ooh, he's realigning. Chile, no change. Chile, lose 1. Okay, well, we will place influence here. So here's where I expect him... Oh, wait. He has to play SA America scoring in one of the next 2. Oh, there it is. SA America. Okay, China card. As my last play, everything has been scored other than Asia at this point. So we are only doing the last... We're actually going to go into the end of the game, and then we are going to score the last one. So that means I should just go ahead and realign, as I think this is my best move anyways. A little bit late, but tempo. Change, realign. USA lost 2, realign. I lost 2, realign. Okay. So Venezuela is locked out. For him, he has no access to it. Also, we saw that the opponent didn't have War Games in the hand. War Games is a card that'll just end the game immediately if I draw it. So my first move the next turn is definitely going to be to coup Argentina unless he plays at the DEFCON rating in some way. Glasnost. Is the Reformer in play? Oh, he's doing realignments. No change. Lost 2. Chile. No change. Is the Reformer in play? Okay, so DEFCON was improved by 1, so for the first time for a while, DEFCON starts at 4, not 2. I got nothing? Got Junta. South African unrest. Again. The Reformer. Add 4 influence in Europe. More than 2 per country. If USSR is ahead, they add 6 instead. Improves effect of Glasnost event. What? Oh. That one was just played though. Salt negotiations. Nah, that's not good. I think we start with Junta for sure. I'll put 2 in Venezuela and no. Oh, that means I get to do 2 coups. Yeah, that's super good. So, if he doesn't do anything to mess with this, I'm gonna coup something, and I'm gonna coup something again. That's insane. So I think we start off by putting 2 in Venezuela and throwing a coup in Argentina, and then I'll throw a coup at Mexico.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Let's see. On this round, I have to play 7 of the cards, which means I can only not play 1 of these cards. We don't want to play... Well, actually, I can play John Paul, Elected Pope. I was ready for that one. I should play Solidarity before that. So I don't think there are any cards I must not play, other than the Reformer. That card is terrible for me. Oh wait, this card is mine. Holy cow, that card's really good. Oh wait, what? Add 4 influence, and if USSR is ahead of the US in VP, then 6 influence may be added instead. No more than 2 per country. Okay, maybe we can just win by taking over it now. We can't. He's got too much here. So he failed his brush war, I think. So, we are putting in 2 over here. And then we are attempting to coup Argentina. This one's less important than Mexico, so I'll use the lower one. Ooh. And then we will go ahead and do a coup on... What is arms race? I can score... Wait, do I win? Compare each player's status on the military operations track. If phasing player has more military points, he scores 1. If I have more military points and met the required, I score 3. I'm at 0. Yeah, so I can't do that yet. So in order to actually get this, I would have to go up to 2. So let's start with some salt. On Mexico. Let's see, so in order to perform the arms race to win the game, I mean, I definitely do have the game, even if it doesn't end with just arms race. I think, yeah. GG. I think you might be giving up. Add 6 influence is pretty good. What would I do? 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Nuclear test ban. No, 4 influence. I'll take Argentina. Or we can do an evil empire. No, that would give him the 1 VP. I'm pretty sure if I just throw a coup out there and then I play arms race, I would just win. But I should play this a little bit cautiously. If you found it important enough to put an extra influence in there, must be good for me to do this. So, when I have the time to do so, I'm gonna solidarity for a coup somewhere in Africa, probably. Iran-Iraq war. Oh, that's a way to get into. Oh, flower power. Let's see, arms race. A phasing player has more military points. Oh, I can never get more military points now. Ruined. Okay.
С праздником всех вас, дорогие товарищи! Пусть он укрепит нас в стремлении сделать все ради возрождения Родины, идти вперед по пути социалистического обновления.
Space something for a point? Nah, I'm not at the place. I think we're just gonna keep putting points in Argentina until I win. So arms race is completely useless now. Wow, on a 6 I only lost 1. He's going for like some serious high rolling here. Wait, doesn't... Oh, he didn't draw the Asia card, I guess. Like, some of the cards aren't drawn. Never lucky. I can't think of anything to do right now. We're in that good of a shape. It's like, oh crap, what do I do? There's nothing I can do. Just don't run out of time and I'm good. I guess the best use of my stuff right now is trying to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure he doesn't gain control of this. And I want to hold flower power as long as possible. Play anything and I win, pretty much. Just don't play nothing. Yeah. You couldn't do that as a war. Not that he would want to. Oh wait, he just... Flower power!